Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a state trooper injured in the line of duty is talking about his experience. And nearly 24 states have not set their minimum wage above the federal minimum wage of $7.25.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Caroline Mueller. It is 6 a.m. this Friday morning, and today's date is August 22nd. Let's go ahead and check in with meteorologist Megan Desmel for a look at your forecast this morning. Now, Megan, those temperatures right now are not too bad. I don't think I'd be complaining if I went for a little walk right now, but I know that is not here to stay.
No, it's not. But this morning is absolutely wonderful. If you want to take a morning stroll, it's a good time to do so. Those temperatures are sitting in the mid-60s, so a little bit chillier than what we've seen this week. However, just as Caroline mentioned, it's not going to be sticking around as the high temperatures for the day stumble into the upper 80s, and some folks had the chance of hitting 90 degrees today. But the good news is, while we do have those hot temperatures, it will stay nice and dry, so take advantage of that summertime day. Maybe head off to the pool or head off to the golf course. Here's a look at that Stonecrest Golf Course and Top Racer range forecast, and it will be a great day to do so. Mostly sunny skies, hot temperatures, nothing to complain about. Caroline.
Thank you, Megan. Hurricane Erin is moving offshore, but is still bringing dangerous conditions along the East Coast. A state of emergency has been issued in North Carolina, where the storm is causing flooding, and many other states are on high alert for deadly rip currents. The Category 2 storm fueled waves up to 20 feet tall off North Carolina's Outer Banks, where many evacuated. First responders were called to an incident involving 2 school buses in Kanawha County, West Virginia on Wednesday. Deputies say it happened near Herbert Hoover High School. Both buses had about 60 students on board. All of the students were on the buses were checked out, and nobody went to the hospital. A state trooper injured in the line of duty is talking about his experience. Trooper Jude Remillion was shot during a traffic stop near Bluegrass Airport in Lexington on July 13th. The shooter would later open fire at a church, killing 2 and injuring 2 others before police took him down. The trooper wants to thank everyone who rushed to his aid.
I would love to get the chance to meet them and just shake their hand and just tell them how thankful I am that they saved my life.
It's unknown when or if Trooper Remillion will return to work. He starts physical therapy soon. New details in a Jackson County death investigation. State police arrested 24-year-old James Bergman in the case. The Estill County man is facing charges of murder, abuse of a corpse, and tampering with physical evidence. In May, police say they found 40-year-old James Carmack dead from a gunshot wound. He was found inside a vehicle on Richardson Road in McKee. A Pike County man was arrested after police say he fired a gun toward a crowded football field. An arrest citation says 911 call came in Wednesday claiming Brian Urich was shooting a pistol from his apartment at the Douglas Park Apartments. Troopers say Urich shot in the direction of the Shelby Valley High School football field where players and cheerleaders had been practicing. Urich was taken to the Pike County Detention Center. A Harlan County man is facing charges of sodomy and sexual abuse. Authorities arrested 44-year-old Christopher Shipman of Cumberland after the Bell County Sheriff's Department obtained complaint warrants. The charges against Shipman involve victims under the ages of 12. He was taken to the Harlan County Detention Center where he's being held there on a $500,000 cash bond. Nearly 24 states have not set their minimum wage above the federal minimum wage of $7.25 per hour. A recent analysis from the Kentucky Center for Economic Policy found that a worker making the federal minimum wage is now living below the poverty line for a single-person household. Samantha Valentino has more.
This is the article by the Kentucky Center for Economic Policy. It says it's been 16 years since Kentucky raised the minimum wage, and inaction has left thousands of Kentuckians earning poverty wages due to the increased price of food and housing.
And now, for the first time in our history, A full-time minimum wage worker who works year-round would earn below the poverty level. Ultimately, increasing the minimum wage would need to be an act of the General Assembly. There are legislators, including Lexington's Reggie Thomas and the state Senate, who have filed bills to do just that.
Let's just do the math. $7.25 an hour, multiplied by 8 hours a day, multiplied by 5 days a week, by a month. You're talking about $15,000. Yes, you are in the poverty range, and that's shameful.
Senator Thomas would like to see minimum wage gradually increase to $15 an hour.
Since 2017, I've been filing a bill every year to increase minimum wage. It's not got any traction, but I remain undaunted.
Why no movement on this bill?
You have to ask my colleagues that.
We did. Here's a statement from Republican State Senator Matt Nunn out of Sadieville. Quote, the market should determine wages as it already does. The market-driven minimum wage is well above the current state statutory minimum wage. Setting a one-size-fits-all minimum wage across a diverse Commonwealth from Pikeville to Paducah, from Covington to Corbin, would not be wise. Rob Perez is the co-owner of DV8 Kitchen. He has 42 employees on his staff. Include tips, they can make on average above $15 an hour.
I hope for a utopian way in which each business decides that they want the best for their employees.
Senator Thomas has a message for workers making the minimum wage.
Don't give up hope. That's my message to them.
In Lexington with photojournalist Darnell Crenshaw, Samantha Valentino, WKYT.
Senator Thomas says there are 14,000 Kentuckians working for $7 1/4. He says most of them work in the retail service industry. Classes are back in session for those attending Bellarmine University in Louisville. Approximately 3,000 undergraduate and graduate students are back on campus for the year. Bellarmine says this is the most diverse class in the university's history and the largest since 2019. 677 of those 3,000 are first-year students. Of those 3,000 students, more than half live on campus, and about a fifth of them are from out of state.
Because it's my first day of undergraduate ever, so I'm graduating this year, and it's really nerve-wracking because I know what I want to do in the future, but I won't have Bellarmine to, I won't have someone to hold hands with along this journey anymore.
The university says this year more than half of the freshmen are first-generation college students. The founder of Focus on the Family has died. Dr. James Dobson founded Focus on the Family in 1977, which gave him a platform to weigh in on legislation and advise White House panels. We used to air his commentary on WYMT. Dobson left Focus on the Family in 2010 and founded the institute that bears his name and continued with the Family Talk radio show, which is carried by more than 1,500 radio outlets weekly. Dr. James Dobson was 89 years old.
Some folks out in the mountain this morning might be seeing some fog. Let's give you a preview of what we're kind of seeing across Appalachia. Patchy fog is really the thickest as we travel into our Virginia counties. Take a look towards Grundy and Clintwood. You'll notice more towards the west that it starts to ease up just a little bit. For today, though, we will be looking at mostly sunny skies, staying nice and dry on that live pinpoint Doppler radar throughout the day. Temperatures this morning sitting in the low to mid 60s. However, this afternoon will be much warmer with high temperatures in the upper 80s. And yes, some folks have chances of hitting that 90-degree mark. Caroline.
Thank you, Megan, and thank you for joining Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. Lyle Menendez will argue his case for parole 30 years after he and his brother Eric were sentenced for killing their parents.